We can do whatever you want.
No, I didn't know if you picked the topic or something.
No, I did not pick one today. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. There's just the three of us here today, which is fine. We have Joan, Wisdom Seeker Joan, and we have our Spirit Whisperer Mark with his doggy.
Hi.
And Thayer's got something to do, and Terry's got something to do, but they'll be back another time. So we'll have time to answer some questions, probably a little faster or a little more, intimately, I guess. But I don't have a particular topic, so I'm just going to suggest that whatever you would like to ask today would be fine. But let's talk a little bit because it looks like we don't have as many people here yet. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Okay. Hi, Wiki. I know you're here. And also, Willow's here. It's nice to see you. I was just talking backstage to Mark and Joan about their Thanksgiving. And, here's some more folks. Okay, we got T-Barb and Esther. It's good to see you. And everybody had a good Thanksgiving. It seems like it was so long ago.
Oh, it seems like ages ago.
I know, because the time, I'm telling you guys, there's something going on.
I agree with you. Yeah,
I mean, when I blink, I know it. It's just like,
yeah. Well, and just it's going to be the first of the year, and then whatever.
It's start all over again. I don't know. It feels like it's going so quickly.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And we're having weather here now in Washington. I got 6 inches of snow last night, and usually we get maybe a dusting and then it melts, and goes away. This is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's all on the evergreen trees and everything, but I had to really go out and push my shovel around just so that they, wouldn't fall if it got iced up. But yeah,
we had about 8 here a couple of days ago.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. And that's, it's Minnesota, but still a little bit early for
Still
that.
A little early. Yeah. We never get snow here. Not really. Wow. So this, very rarely. How about you, Mark? Have you had any?
We had a big, weird thunderstorm last night. It was just really dramatic and went on and on.
Oh, really?
No, it keeps dropping. Like we've had it down into the teens and stuff. But literally each day, you don't know what it's going to be. It's like...
Yeah.
It could just be anything from a pot. It doesn't really necessarily match up with anything,
Right.
Kind of very weird.
It is kind of weird. For us, we actually had a beautiful November. We usually have a lot of rain, which we have rain, but this is in November, notorious. Didn't have that much. We had some beautiful clear skies and it was cold, but beautiful days. So I guess there's one thing that we can say about the weather. We can't say anything about the weather because we really don't know. It's not usual everywhere, really. So, yeah. Oh my, now you've got another baby with you. Okay.
Yeah, boy, they're being a little bit needy all of a sudden. I don't know why.
Well, oh yeah.
Who wants to get up here too? I know. Well, I love you.
How sweet. Oh, T-Barb, I know. I don't like the snow either. I'm glad to hear that. Your tree limb broke. Okay. I'm glad to hear the streets are clear in Seattle because I know sometimes in Seattle it's not quite like San Francisco, but it's got roads that go down and not so good. Hi, Deb H.
I've got a weather-related kind of synchronicity here, spirit guide story, if you're interested.
Okay, yes, please tell it. Yeah.
So I didn't get the snow tires on the car soon enough. So I had, I came back from my trip and made an appointment and was supposed to get it in to get the snow tires on at 9 o'clock this morning. Well, the snowstorm, the streets were just glare ice. So here I am with this without snow tires on. I only had to go 1.5 miles, but it took forever. But anyhow, at the first stop sign, I had a green, I was going to go through, but because the tires were kind of spinning, I wasn't getting out into the intersection and where I should have been. And somebody ran the red light the other way. If I had gotten traction, they would have hit me right on the driver's side.
Oh my God.
So I thought, isn't that often the way, the thing that, I should have gotten these,
right.
I wish this would catch so I could get across the intersection. No, there
Yeah.
was a reason why I was spinning my tires there for a little while.
Oh, wow.
So
Well,
Mhm.
that is synchron. I mean,
something.
yeah.
Maybe a guardian
Fine
angel.
timing, kind of stepping in there, going, "Oops, nope, we better like fiddle with that a bit." So,
2 more seconds and everything will be fine.
right.
So
That's right. Yep. Thank you, universe hypnicity. That's right. And thank
yes,
you.
yes. I've been saying that all day.
Oh, that's awesome. I've been reading a book by David Hawkins, who I really like. He wrote about power versus force and so on and so forth. And last night I burnt the midnight oil. I was up till 2:30 in the morning because it was so fascinating to me. And I'm hoping that I can get some notes out and maybe share some of it because it just talks about about truth. It talks about how we value truth and that truth is universal and that it's not opinion. But he explains it really well. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to.
Sounds
Uh,
fascinating.
I know it's really good. Yeah. All right. So we have a question from Epiphany Noel's brother. Um, is for his pop. Can you just give us your brother's first name, Noel, just so that I know he's sitting there with you visiting, and so we can do it. But it would be nice for us to just have his name to be able to answer it. So I had my dog on her last legs, Mark. She was really bad off. We thought we were going to have to put her down.
Oh,
My Sheltie.
yeah.
And we both thought, and the doctor thought, it's either what is it, kidney failure,
Oh no.
or it was diabetes. That's all we've been thinking. And so we took her in. We had a panel, and she just has a urinary infection.
Oh.
So that's not a problem. But the interesting thing was we hadn't been to the doctor with her for a little while, and we had put her on a diet. But she's a Sheltie, and she's this big fluffy dog. And she's lost 13 pounds. And it's like, wow, because she's 13 years old. And
Yeah.
I don't want her to be overweight and, on those bones. But I just thought that was a fascinating and it was like,
You put her on antibiotics then?
yeah,
There you go. And you thought
Yep.
you were going to have to euthanize her.
I did. I really did. She was like crying all the time. And then she'd go outside and she didn't know what to do. She was turning around and it was really sad to watch,
It was like a urinary infection.
Yeah.
Sure, it'd be like if us had to pee every 5 minutes.
And she would have said, "No, don't euthanize me."
I would have asked you before I did. I would have. I think I would have. I would have said, Mark, come in on this dog and see what you think. But
I know how much you like your doggies. Boy,
yeah,
this
I do.
has been awfully spoiled tonight. I don't know.
Maybe that she wants some turkey. That's what it is. You're cooking a turkey.
You can smell it all through the house.
Sure. That's it.
I had to feed the cats before we started because they were going, how long are we going to smell turkey and not eat? I was going, okay.
It's like who owns who, know? The dog and the cats.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's really funny. Well, anyway, yes, Sherry, we all ask Mark before we do anything with our pets. And yep, absolutely. Thank God we have a direct line to Pan in one way or another. Yes. Yep. All right. So I'm getting, all right. Starlight, you neutered your little boy, giving him attention. Oh, yeah. I always feel bad. Do you know that you can buy these for male dogs, if you neuter them, that you can buy these things called nudicles? And they'll put them in the little sack and make so their manhood stays intact. Yeah. It's a real thing.
It seems like that might be more for the human than for the dog. I'm just thinking.
I 100% agree. I just thought it was the strangest thing. Yeah.
The one thing about that, though, they do live longer and it makes them, not wig out because we don't really want to have puppies anyway. No. Unless you want puppies, but otherwise I feel like they're probably better off if they're not just constantly wanting to, breed.
Yeah, understood. Wow. Well, all right, everybody, put your questions in. I have one from Hypnicity and one from Epiphany Noel. And so I'm just going to put this one just up to say her brother's name is James. He's with her right now,
Okay.
and he wants to ask a question.
Yeah.
And his question is for his pop and or higher self on financial guidance and or info on the mineral rights that were left to him from pop. So if you can get any of that, that would be great.
And his name is James, right?
His name is James.
Okay,
Yep.
let's see what we can do.
Their father's on the other side. What I don't know what mineral rights are.
It would be like having a right to the oil that would be coming out of the oil thing, or if there was some sort of
Actual
a
minerals.
rock or something. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yep. Oops. All right.
Okay, let me see.
Willow, you're so funny. I agree with you. There's some men that should be neutered. Oh, that's good.
Tell me more about this.
Especially some congressmen.
Definitely.
This is weird. When I tune in to this in general about financial things and more specifically about the mineral rights, I was seeing this woman who looks like she's got dark hair, short dark
Mhm.
hair. She looks kind of like, 50s or 60s era mom. And but she has, at first I thought, is this like from the Two of Swords? But she had a blindfold on and was reaching back, grabbing your hand,
Mm.
grabbing a kid's hand, whom I met. I think I got the feeling it was James. So
Okay.
it's like somebody might be trying to lead you somewhere into something when they don't have all the facts. It's like somebody is trying to go in blind and treating you like you're a kid, like you don't know anything. So tell
Mhm.
me, what's the specific spirit? What is the specific recommendation for James regarding the mineral rights? I'm just seeing take the blinders off. You might need to do some research. You might need to find someone who is really who really knows the stuff, his or her stuff in this area about gas leases. Okay.
Well, that's what Willow got. That's what she thought
Okay.
it
Oh, I
might
see.
be. Yep.
But yeah, I get the idea that it would be wise to either study up yourself or find somebody who wouldn't charge you an arm and a leg to who can be of assistance, but make sure that that person has the right knowledge and the right credentials, so they're not just blowing smoke and saying, "Oh, I can, I know all about all this."
Yeah.
But actually, they've got blinders on too. All right, let me
Okay.
see if I can just see something about the outcome. Yeah, if somebody else wants to go next, I'll see if I can get a little bit more about
Yep.
the outcome.
Not me.
No.
I'm
I
not-
pulled a few.
Yeah, go
You're
ahead.
not getting anything, Mark? No.
No, go ahead.
Isn't it interesting that the first thing I pulled was Epiphany, and that's what Noelle's name is, Epiphany Noel, and that's her brother that's doing it. But it looks like there's something that will come to him, and he will have an epiphany about this, and it will manifest what is needed to take care of the issue. But you must speak your truth. Don't let anybody like Joan was saying, don't let anybody lead you on into something. And because my husband had rights to land in Kentucky on what they call a knob, we were going to sell trees and things like that off of it, and it just didn't work out. But it took us almost 25 years to figure out how to get rid of it. So
Wow.
speak your truth. And don't be tempted to something that might be happening too fast. But that's what I'm getting. So.
And I just pulled for an outcome. I just pulled a couple of cards. The first one was the Emperor, and I don't know, tarot cards that well, but I like that there's the the goats heads and then mountains in the background, and I'm just getting the feeling that maybe this is the person, the strong, knowledgeable, in
Uh-huh.
charge person that who could advise you. And then the next one was Wheel of Fortune. So
Uh-huh.
lots of times the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, but it is, with something like this, there's always
It's a
an element
gamble
of risk.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just something going on that's not quite. I don't feel like 100% above board or something. There's some little messing around. I get the Five of Wands, but I don't know if there's other family members involved that are
Huh.
kind of messing in there or something. But I
Mhm.
feel like don't make any decisions right now, like immediately. It feels like you need to hang on a little bit,
Mhm.
because I get this moving into calmer waters. So I think you need to hold on just a little bit. You're not quite there, because I feel like if you made a decision immediately, it might not work in your favor.
Mhm.
There's the
Mhm.
happy home upside down. So just that's the only thing I'm kind of getting. And then I drew from the other deck, and so I got the moon. So again, there feels like there's a little something,
Emotions. Yeah.
yeah, and a little something deceptive or something going on. I don't know if it's the person who's in charge of the will or something like that. But just
Mhm.
don't be rash like the other, like
Mhm.
he's told you, and maybe seek someone else's help or advice.
Mhm. Oh, hypnicity. What are they hiding? I'd hire a surveyor. Yeah. I've got a lot of people in the chat that offered up their thoughts as well, and it's looking like they're feeling the same way. So, James, I hope this gives you a little bit of clarity, and just and it's good you're with your sister, and you two can talk about it so that you'll feel more confident with knowing. But yeah, be careful. Be
Yeah,
careful.
plus just from my brain, because I was looking at the cards, but that message was from your pop. Is what I
It
felt.
was from his pop. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I feel like, and like he's watching right over. I feel like he wants you to get what he
That
left.
what he left you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so he's
Yeah.
just saying, don't be
Yeah.
careful. I think because
And remember that a lot of attorneys give free consultations. And if you can, I'm not sure where you live, but you can Google, mineral rights attorney, or
Hmm.
maybe it's something like that, a mineral rights attorney in whatever, in your city or city near you,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
just see. They might be able to just do the outline of, sometimes you don't even know the questions to ask, and they might be able to, in a half hour or something,
Yeah.
give you some broad outlines of what you should be aware of.
Yep. Everyone's saying, "Yep, get legal help." Or yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. That's great. Yeah, there's somebody else is seeing money. Not money, family or interference. An older woman, just
Mm,
like you, with this person pulling in. And I'm glad Pop came through, because Pop is the one he really wanted to know what to do, and Pop knows everything because
yeah.
Pop's in that all-knowing state. So
yeah,
excellent,
he
excellent.
wants it to come out in your favor, and I think it will. So
Yeah.
he say, don't be rash or something. I don't know if you were trying to rush
Mhm.
it or something. He's going, no, don't rush into something.
Yeah. Yep. Very good. Thank you. All right, so we have hypnicity. What would my grandpa want we to do? He built the Ward Hotel in Jackson, and the Stagecoach Inn in West Yellowstone. He went by Ren, Ren. What would my grandpa want us to do? I think she means. Do you? So I'm guessing hypnicity, that it was left to the family.
Yeah,
Is that what we want to ask? Um, just for clarity. All right.
yeah. What do you want to do with those buildings, those
those
properties.
buildings, or are they wanting to be sold? Or he built them. Wow, that's fabulous. And I don't know what the time period was, but that was when there was a period of time what was it, the conservation corps went and built all these things in park. No, it isn't in the family. Okay,
Okay, so
it
the
isn't.
question is about something else.
Just in
Okay,
general, what he wants you to do,
what he would like you to do in general. Okay.
I guess. Grandpa. Do you have Grandpa's name, Hypnicity?
It's right there. He went by Ren,
Oh,
Ren. Yeah,
yeah, Grand.
that's all right. Hi, Marby. As
Ren.
far as I see. She wants to build a community and permaculture, I think it is, and she's trying to make this all work. And so I guess she's asking
Okay.
because he was doing that. He built a community, so to speak.
Okay.
She's asked. Okay, I think that's it. All right, very good.
Right away, what I saw was a water wheel, like on a mill or something like that, a water wheel on a river that was driving, the grist mill or whatever. But the focus is on that wheel and how it flows naturally. It creates the power just by the water doing what it does. It's a very natural way to move forward, and that's what I heard was moving forward naturally. So somehow, you're probably already doing it to connect with the flow and just trust that it's going to take you forward. And think about that image of all the power that little river can generate by turning the wheel. All that power by tapping into the flow of the universe, you can harness it for your own purposes, whether it's making wheat or making a community. And also they also made me aware of the fact that there's ebbs and flows in the amount of water that's coming down that river. Uh, so just be aware of that. Sometimes you might have to, I don't know, take the wheel out if it's just gushing too far, and other times there might be less than you'd want. It might not flow as freely. Um, but in the main, I'm seeing the river is just pushing that wheel and moving, so that you can move forward and use that energy.
Great. So that could be a metaphor, or it could be a real place. If she ends
Oh,
up in a
maybe,
place that might have a water wheel there and near a river,
or
very
be by a
possible.
river. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
okay.
especially up in the mountains, the spring rush that
Yes,
brings down
sure,
everything.
sure.
Yeah.
But it also is, moving forward, flowing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I started, I heard like right almost exactly when Joan started talking, and she said almost the same thing, but in a different way. I heard slow and steady wins the race.
Uh-huh.
So it was kind of like that wheel, it just goes naturally and it's just moving along.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was hearing right off. I also feel like your grandpa is around you and whispers in your ear, and he's telling you to follow your inspiration. Like you have inspired ideas. This is the page of
Mm-hmm.
one. But to follow that, he also says you won't be doing it alone. It'll be like a group, more than one. You'll have helpers in it. This is the Three of Pentacles. But,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have to seek out different people for different parts of the project. So it'll
Yeah.
be kind of a community of sorts. And so he says that's coming. But in the end, he's also telling me I got the Ten of Pentacles. So it feels like it's a successful project, and he just would like you to pursue it. Because your question was, what would he want us to do? And I think he wants you to pursue what you're thinking about,
What you thinking about? Yeah,
I got
and
that too.
that's
Yeah.
bring success to the family. Because this Ten of Pentacles also has, ancestors, pets, kids. it's more than just it helps
Oh
the whole,
yeah,
you
it
know,
helps
it's got,
everybody. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So,
And that's what she wants to do, really. She's got that. So I just want you to know, she said her dad was in the hotel business. My grandpa drew him and mom together, and they're looking for property right now already. But I know she's, it's not the word anxious. I don't want to say the word anxious, but she's kind of antsy about wanting to get it done, I think. And so what I've got here is, first card I got was rising. You're rising to the challenge, and it's starting to happen, so to speak, because you are seeking, that's the word, seeking, and doing a deep dive. You're going to try to find the place that will fit what you want to do so much better, and will bring a lot of healing to a lot of different people. So yes, grandpa gave you wisdom, and it is part of what your family does. So you do have it in your blood. You're absolutely right. And look at the building behind. There's a building there, and there's an owl out there. It's a wise move. And then I get the yes. I get the yes. This is a big yes. This is coming. And look, there's a building again. So,
yeah,
yep.
cool.
Yeah. I think it's a good deal. Yep. All right.
And slow and steady wins the race isn't about not getting it done in perfect timing. It's just about that you're already on the path and you're headed that,
Yep.
going, we're heading towards that finish line, and things will
Absolutely.
go, yeah.
Things will come
Things will
together
go along.
naturally.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Wonderful.
beautiful, beautiful places. And I'm not sure if what Hypnicity is doing is going to be in the Jackson area or Yellowstone, but wow.
Oh
That's
my
very
God, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my word.
I know.
Cool.
That's beautiful. I'm so
Thank you
glad
so
that,
much for saying that.
yeah, for giving, yeah, just, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's just wonderful. Yeah. Oh, wow. All right, hold on. I just got to make sure I get the people that are asking for. All right. Wow. That gave me goosebumps. You're looking for a place with a water wheel. Wow. In Washington. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's in Washington so I can go and see it. So,
Yeah.
all right. Hold on. I don't know why I keep hitting the button. It just makes everything big on my computer. But anyway. All right. So I want you to know I have Starlight. I have Katherine Johnson. I have Heather P., Rick Swade, and Warrior Girl. And let me see, was there somebody after that? And Hurricane Force 1. So we'll see how it goes. We'll answer these first. Starlight, Tarot 2022. Any message from Spirit?
Okay. I love your eyes in that picture.
And such a big smile. I know.
Message from Spirit for Starlight.
Well, I'm seeing this is probably taking off your name, but right away I saw you with a crown of stars. And okay, so what's the message, Spirit? The message is keep reaching for the stars, and they're saying they're emphasizing both parts of your name. The stars, again, keep reaching for what you want, for your vision, for what you want to manifest. And the way to do it is to up your vibe, to make yourself light. And so just, maybe listen, and you probably have already, but some of the Abraham Hicks tapes, every now and again, I like to get a tune up with that, of just aligning yourself with all the good that's available to us. And all it really takes, or at least it seems so simple, but it's not, is to align yourself with that higher vibration. And don't doubt yourself, and anything you can do to up your vibe, whether it's making Christmas cookies for somebody or listen to music or whatever. But it's especially during this season when there's all this there's such pressure for everybody to be happy during the
I know.
holidays, and and
Yeah.
and that can get rough sometimes, depending on what people are going through or whatever. But keep looking for the stars and find subtle ways that you can help reach them that way.
Hmm. Wow. So Willow thinks there's a woman around her. She wonders if you're connected to a tribal counselor. So I just put that up there for you, Starlight. You can answer Willow if you want. All right.
Well, I'm just hearing a little bit different than Joan, but I'm hearing from Spirit. Your question was just, message from Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Was to tune in to the positive energy of the season. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with any religion or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
energy of the season. That's really a nature energy that's uplifting and it's joyful before you move into winter. So it's saying tune into that and allow it to lift your spirits up. It's also saying don't forget, I feel like it wants you to ride that energy into the new year. So I get the sun card. So he's riding on it, and this is New Year's, but that spirit of this season will help lift you up and pull you into the new year. Also, just wants to remind you that it's always better to focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. So whenever you're in your mind and thinking, and you realize you're kind of focused on what you don't want, just turn around and focus on what you want instead. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like a good reminder for all of us, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
All right.
is. So I pulled some Hello Winter cards. So because it's winter almost. I see that you are in the spotlight for the season here. Glitzy and glitter. There you go. I don't know if you're going to a party or you're just having people over maybe for Christmas. I'm not sure, but it says here divine guidance is there for you. Look for the signs that spirit is sending you, and remember that they sometimes are not as stark as they should be. Like for Joan, she got a sign with the car, and that was a sign that she could really see. But sometimes little small things come in. So look for the signs. And it says here that you're wrapped up and you're close to finishing. And I think that probably means whatever it is you're working on is close to being finished, and you're feeling like you're going to be able to move forward in the new year. So that's what I get. All right. You're welcome, dear. Starlight, she is clarifying. I believe she may be Jewish, for she's holding the Star of David. Oh, okay. Yeah, this person with the braid is what Willow's seeing. So, yeah, excellent. All right. Uh, Thank you, Starlight. I hope you'll get your own little epiphany from some of the signs that come to you. All right, coming over from Facebook, we have Catherine Johnson, and she wonders what her mom Kathleen feels with her eldest in a nursing home.
Kathleen.
The first thing I got was that oftentimes we think about people who are in nursing homes as being compromised in a way that they can't do as much, literally can't do as much as they used to be able to do. uh, but that doesn't mean that their lives aren't important and meaningful now. They are they allow people to show compassion and to be the object of other people's caring. And so bringing out those positive aspects in other ways, it helps other people on their path. So what I saw, Kathleen, I didn't see her clearly, but first I kind of saw her putting her hands over her face, like she's sad that her eldest needs to be in a nursing home. But the idea about how he is still on his soul's path, performing, helping or doing, fulfilling his contract by providing an opportunity for grace. Thank you for those words. An opportunity for other to bring out compassion and love and service in other people. And she's proud of him for that.
Oh.
So I'm assuming Kathleen's here on the earth, right?
I'm not thinking so.
You
No.
think she passed? Okay.
I think that's why she's asking. Yeah.
Alrighty.
But if I'm wrong, Catherine, your mother has passed. Is what I'm. Is that true? She's not still
I
alive.
go so literal that I get,
Yeah.
that's why
I know what you mean. Yes. No, it's okay. She's passed. Yeah, she has passed. Yeah.
Well, she's saying, because that kind of changes a little bit. She's saying that it's his path. It's his own path. It's his alone. And it doesn't really have anything to do with anybody else, really. I mean, we're all connected and there's that. But this is his individual path. And it's one that led him here to this place. He's done I feel like he made a mark on the earth. I get the Ace of Pentacles, and he, like he did his work or worked for the earth, and he'll be welcomed on the other side. It'll be like
like going home,
a parade and everything, and she'll be there too. And that might be, I get the Chariot. So what do you think about that, Allie?
He has a disability, she says.
Oh, okay.
And I'm wondering if the Chariot brings, the two horses are there that have to balance things out. I would focus on that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, well, the other thing that's coming to me is that it's moving with divine timing. It's moving along the way it should. So, she doesn't like that he's in a nurse, like that. She's concerned. She loves him. There's lots of love and stuff. But I also think from her perspective, she sees the bigger picture and that it's, what's.
I agree. Yeah. I agree 100%. And Willow, you say he's not unhappy, but lives in the past, and she's saying the family grieves for him. That's also goes right along with what. So I pulled a card here. I get protecting love. So she's with him a lot. She's right there with him, and stays in tune with all of you and what you're doing. And she says somebody had to step up and be a leader and put him in for care. And so she's proud of who stepped up for that purpose to take care of what needed to be done. And the last card I get is the Raven. And the Raven is loss. So, I mean, he did have a loss of being able to be free and not in a nursing home. But it's also a prophecy that connects the material to the spiritual world. So this is what this is. She's right there with him, and she's watching over him, and she connects with him through the energy of this card being the Raven. So, yeah. How sweet. She has beautiful energy. She really does. Yeah. Thank you, dear. All right. Okay. I'm going to say that Chris M., you're the last one I can take for a question today because I already have 6 people, so we're not going to take any more than that. And the next, so I have Heather, Warrior Girl, Hurricane Force, Rick Swade, Carrie, and Chris. So just so you know what's coming. All right, here we go. Heather P. Wonders if she could get a message from her brother Sandy, and if he thinks she's doing the right thing.
Get a message from Sandy.
First I tuned in and got the feeling that if the first thing I heard was there really isn't any right or wrong, there's just doing something and then there's consequences. And then I said, I want a clearer answer. And I went to the pendulum and I said, is what Heather P wants to do, is she, do you think that's the right thing? And I got a yes. So just, he didn't go back on the original, that, whatever you do is fine. But he's giving kind of an okay, a thumbs up to what you would like to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you ready, Ellen?
Yeah, I get here. Patience is needed. Just be patient, and the thing will. You're going to get some meaningful coincidences that will show up in your life, that will push you in the direction you need to go, and hidden emotions there that you might feel about them, but it is destined. So I do believe that, yes, Joan is. I think Sandy is saying it is destined. It will. You are doing the right thing. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah.
Yep. I feel like there might be some people telling you their opinions about it because I get the 5 of Wands. And then there might be a lot of like, well, maybe you'd be better off doing this. You'd be, and they're all sharing their fine opinion, which is great. But your brother's saying, no, just go ahead and do what you know is right. He's saying, yeah, it's the sun. It's a huge yes card. When I ask if he thinks I'm doing the right thing, he says yes. He also wanted to remind me that it's him talking because he gives me this picture of you two as brother and sister when you were kids together. So, that card just makes me think of you as is that exactly. I think that's why that came up there, and to say, yeah, I'm the one saying, in my opinion, you're doing the right thing. And I think, he sees you moving in that direction. So, here you go from these cups, but it's not that you're leaving a bad situation or anything like that, because that's all good. But you're just moving in a new direction, and he's all for that. He says, yep, go. That doesn't change any of the stuff you've done behind you. Yeah.
It also makes sense that you're asking the question of your brother because you want to sell and move following your mother's death. And normally I would say trust your instincts, as everybody else has said, which is very true. But I can see why it's important for you to get his input. So I'm just going to say that.
Right.
Yeah. Good luck, dear. I hope it works all out for you. But be patient and trust your gut. So
sometimes
this might.
It's so hard to see the forest for the trees when you're in the middle.
I know, it really is. Yeah. You can see it for somebody else, but you can't see it for yourself. Yeah.
I agree. Situation like that. Yeah. Excuse me.
That's all right. Warrior Girl. This might be something that you're good at, Mark. I can pull some cards, but she would like a message from Thoth. Is it Thoth?
Thoth. Thoth.
He has Thoth. Okay. He has the same energy as Pan and Jesus.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Doesn't he have something to do with Tarot? No, not Tarot.
He has his own deck. I've seen the deck before.
Yeah, or something, or divination, or something. I don't know exactly. I'd have to look it up.
All right, let me do that.
I feel like it's not quite the
He
same.
was the god of the moon, sacred text, mathematics, the sciences, magic, messenger, master of knowledge, patron
He's
of scribes. Yeah,
an Egyptian god.
Egyptian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pan saying, nope, it's not me.
No, but it has the same energy, she said.
Okay, but
Okay.
it's not
Yeah.
the same
Not the
being.
same entity. No,
Yeah.
no.
That's interesting. I knew nothing about uh, Toth, but what I got right away, just before you started explaining who he was, right away my heart chakra lit up, and then throat chakra. So it's like the message I'm getting from that is that it all starts with love, whether it's about
Mhm.
numbers or calculations or whatever, and then speaking your truth and expressing yourself and listening to others, the communication of it. So
Uh-huh.
whether you're dealing with something very analytical and scientific and mathematical or whatever, but
Mhm.
if it needs to be communicated, always bring love to it, and that's going to, you know, ease the way no matter what.
Mhm. Cool. I didn't know he had Atlantis energy as well. That's pretty
Wow.
cool. Yeah.
I get a
Okay.
lot of mental energy from him, like
Mhm.
um, mental, like thinking, um, figuring stuff out, like higher mind thinking,
Yeah.
but kind of in the mind a lot, I feel like. Or
Uh-huh.
I don't know, because I don't really know his energy. He's kind of acting like I do know, but I don't think. Which
Well, maybe he wants you to know his energy.
I maybe
That's
I'm gonna have to go look him up, I think. But
uh-huh.
I can feel his energy, but I feel it all in. It's a different. It's not in the third eye. It's more in the like brain or something. I don't know, but he
Oh.
talks about the power of the brain and that um, we don't use it
Uh-huh.
to its
Uh-huh.
full capability. And there's something about his teaching that it's about opening up that capability or that mind, opening up the higher mind or something. Hmm.
He has that bird head. It's like a you would recognize it if you saw it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And he's got the ankh and a big like hawk head. Yeah, I know who that is.
Right, right. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I'm
Yeah,
going to jump. Oh, were you done, Mark?
yeah.
I just got a kind of an addendum, and he was saying the physics of love. That he didn't want to say like it's not all just airy fairy kind of stuff. That it is there's actual science behind how
What he
loving.
does, what he
Hmm.
believes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the god of the moon, sacred text, mathematics, the sciences. So he's a intellectual,
Oh,
and he was all about higher knowledge and wisdom. Mark, so
Cool.
but
you're right.
that,
Yeah.
guys. If my eyes are closed, I've told you 100 times. That's just directly from like my guides just telling me because I do not have a clue about that. So all of
Hmm.
that is just
Hmm.
right directly from them about that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's all
that
right. That's good.
he's here though. I feel like
Hmm.
he's glad that he came up
Yep.
here
Yep.
today and that
Yeah.
his energy is available, I believe, for people
Oh,
to
he's looking for channelers.
yeah,
Okay.
interact with at least or
Uh-huh.
commune with on the
Yeah.
inner planes or in meditation.
Okay.
Oh, look, somebody
I
said he was very
Yeah.
controversial in his time.
Hmm. Yeah. I
Interesting.
would be happy to if I could channel him because I like that part. That's in my chart. That's what I do. But what
Cool.
I got here is I would like to thought Toth if he came to me and wanted to talk to me, I'd have some great conversations with him. That would be awesome. Yes. So I have crossing. I'm feeling like that you're going through a crossing, warrior girl. You're going to cross the bridge to something new, and Toth is there for you. And perhaps Toth is somebody that wants to work with you. Um, he's concerned with your well-being. He just wants you to make sure that you're ready for whatever comes through. But at the heart of it is the center, and it says happy on the heart. An opportunity is going to come for you to be able to do this if that's what you want to do. and I see that it will bring some balance to you. So yeah, look at that. Everybody's standing on the water boards there, the boards on the, yeah. Should, wow, I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's fascinating. I would tap into his energy if I were you,
Yeah,
warrior girl. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty.
thanks for the question.
I know. And then as we were talking, the Hierophant card fell out. And I
Yeah.
think this is kind of like his energy or something, like
Yes. Yes.
Hierophant energy,
Uh huh.
whatever you
Yeah.
want to take that.
No, that's true. I mean, the Hierophant is the higher knowledge. Is the, and it can also be the sacred text. She
Yeah,
said he knew the sacred text, and
yeah, I know. Because
there
when
you go.
everybody's going, yeah, this is kind of like me. He said, oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into him now. That's fun.
I know somebody said that Jean might have channeled
Oh,
him before.
oh,
So yeah, be interesting to know. So
yeah, I'm going on her channel again. I'll ask her about it. Yeah.
oh, good. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that'd be
awesome.
great.
Yeah. So Hurricane Force 1. This is a little disturbing to me that something's going on with one of your sons who lives in Texas. I've texted for a month to him and his wife, no answers. Any ideas?
I don't like that either.
I wouldn't be happy about that either.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Could we get a first name?
Yeah. What is the son's first name and his wife? Yeah, if you have it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, thank you, Warrior Girl. She goes, you're funny.
Oh, that's great. Jacob. His name is Jacob.
Okay.
Thank you. Hmm.
Well, that feels like a long time. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, it does.
Like something's.
Is there any other relatives that could go by their house and check on them? That's what I'm getting, like a welfare check. I know my son, when he lived in Chicago, I would hear from him 4 times a year. But if I ever texted him, he knew that I wanted to, get a response. And so I eventually would get one. But I don't think a whole month would go by.
Yeah, no.
When I first tuned in, I wasn't really getting anything. And so I asked the pendulum, am I allowed to ask this question? And it said no. And I said, well, at least just tell me, are they okay? And is he okay? Yes. Is she okay? Yes. Are they, so they're physically all right. And I asked, are they avoiding you? Well, kind of obviously they're not. And it just went in a circle. It was like, I think I wasn't supposed to answer that. Or,
Uh-huh.
and then I also asked, is this some sort of technical thing? Is it something about the phone or the phone plan? And I got to know about that. So it's not something technical. And then I just, I drew a card and I got the 7 of Cups. And to me, what came to me was the, all these illusions and all the thing I saw. This is you as you're just as a mother imagining all these horrible things happening.
Yeah, sure.
And what could be in those, and recognize that most of those are going to be that what we think and what we worry about is worse than the reality.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
So what's the final word on this, Spirit? You've tried to make contact and he's not answering. So the best thing you can do is just energetically send, try to tamp down the worry and do anything you can to affirm that he is just fine. And yet in the background, if there is any other way to, get a check on him, to go ahead and do that.
Willow thinks maybe money problems could cause embarrassment. I just, Yeah, I just really feel like a welfare check, and that will upset him probably. He'll say, "Oh, mom," but she's feeling something, and I don't want to discount that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just better to know. Yeah, I get here. Your love for them is has no bounds, and I get the king. He's the man. He's your son, so he's the king of his own house. And you are you have a visionary. You are a visionary, Hurricane. We all are that are empaths and so on, and so you're feeling it, and so it's a kindred spirit. We all feel that same thing. I mean, I'm feeling it, and I feel like others are feeling it. It says to trust, and that's true. We need to trust, but at the same time, how long do you wait? How long do you wait? And I know you probably don't talk to him all the time, but because you don't talk to him all the time and you're trying to get a hold of him, I would think he would respond if he could. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, first thing I heard, just like these two, was, do you know somebody else that can check on him? Like maybe somebody he works with or a friend that you might also know.
Uh-huh.
Something. But I do get check. If no other reason, see, now that's not, she wished her granddaughter happy birthday and got no response. See, that's wonky.
Yeah.
For no other reason, just that's disrespectful or whatever. I would just have to say, well, you could have gotten in touch with me and I wouldn't have had to try to get somebody to check on you, whatever. It could be that he's just been busy working and just, I also get it's sort of his nature from when he was a kid to not always give you what you needed or wanted, or to respond the way you would like. It also might have something to do with his partner interfering in this somehow. In the end, I think he's okay. I get an Ace of Cups and everything's probably fine. But I still get like that, a call or, well, even write a letter to the address. Now, that would take 2 days or 3 days maybe, but just some other way. Like, I'm really, concerned because you're not returning calls. And like, I'm blocked on purpose.
That's what she thought. She got blocked on purpose. Yeah.
See, this might have something to do with, I don't know, the partner seems to be into it. But
okay. Yeah, well, that can happen. I mean, sons and mothers, they have their own thing, but daughter-in-laws aren't always, excited about their mother-in-laws. So.
Yeah, but if they change phone plans, surely they would let you know, unless
I would think so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway.
Well, we want to send, lots of love. Here's an idea. Yeah, Chris M. And that's a really good idea. Have another relative reach out and see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
If you can. If you have another son or daughter, can you please text them and see if they respond to you? That might be something to do. Yes.
Oh, no, that's a
great idea. Yep. Maybe it was accidental blocking. That can happen too. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know for sure.
I asked the pendulum and it said no as far as a purposeful blocking. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll see.
But maybe somebody else can do it. Like if I haven't heard from my brother, I'll call one of his stepdaughters and say, what's going on, and she'll check with him. So yeah. All right. Hurricane Force 1, we sure hope it works out for you and you hear from him soon. But I would not be embarrassed to send a welfare check person over there. Yeah. I would. Yeah. They might get a little upset about it or whatever, but it shows you love them, and you've been waiting for a long time. You just want to make sure they're okay. So.
And it's Texas.
I know. And I went that I got some messages that just didn't sound right. And I got really worried and I thought something was happening. And they were having a breakdown. I didn't know because it was just so confusing and confusing. And then I worried about bothering other people and thinking maybe I was just imagining it.
Yeah.
Eventually, I just went, well, if something is wrong and I didn't do anything, I would never, ever forgive myself.
That's
so I called a relative, and then I found out, it was a big old mix-up, and somebody had stowed her identity, so it was a big old thing. So I was so glad I found out. And luckily, she was fine, but there was a big old falderwell that, and it was fine to call in, but I just think, it's okay.
Oh, Mark, I love that. My mother used to always talk about falderall. Thank you. Oh, that's cute. That's so cute. No, I can tell you and in my generation.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Rick Swade here. He's seeing a guy named Frank. We talk every day online, and it seems we vibe. Lately, he is kind of cold, and I don't know why. I just want to ask if he likes me romantically, or is it a chance between us? I like this guy so much.
Okay.
Thanks for the question, Rick Swade.
Where's my pen?
Okay, the first thing I got was your hand in his hand. You're coming together and just kind of, it's more than shaking hands, but just sort of holding hands for a while and then moving apart. And then I asked the pendulum, is there a future for you two romantically? And I got a yes. So I get the feeling that there is a future here, but it may not be a lifetime partner. It might be, but right now too, the man whose face I saw as Frank was looking a little bit, a little bit cold, like you're saying. It just, and it wasn't cold; it was more tentative, feeling things out. But then you did come together and holding hands. So I think it's a good thing. I think there is the potential for a romance and a relationship here. It might not be a. Oh, okay.
Willow's fine says that maybe it's a third party there.
Maybe.
That's what she's getting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I got this, Rick. I get setting healthy boundaries, which is very important. And maybe if he's acting cold, maybe he's like, oh God, I don't want to do this tonight. I don't want to talk online. I don't know. But also I'm getting maybe there's some family concerns he's having. Maybe he has something going on with his family or with the family that he, family of friends, and he's worried about them and has his mind on other things. It says here that he doesn't want to be codependent, but it's at the end of the cycle. So I don't know how long you've been with him, or I don't know what it might be a cycle with a family that's or friends that's moving on. That's what I got.
Yeah. Rick, first of all, I can relate. Second of all, the first thing I heard was that there's somebody else all of a sudden in the picture, like in person. So like that he's met, and not online. I don't feel like it feels like he's met him in person. So he said he stepped back because this Knight of Swords came rushing in unexpectedly, and so it's like, oh, now I have options. If I'm going to be a dirty gay boy, here he comes with his sword in his hand, waving it around, being distracting. But I'm also getting, Spirit saying, don't be standing there waiting for your ship to come in, and just, go on with your life and don't hang on for this thing to work out. I still feel like you guys can be friends and have a relationship of sorts. Doesn't mean I don't feel like it's just over, but I don't feel like you need to hang around waiting, because right now he stopped. Whoops, I'm doing the wrong cards. He stopped. He's taking a pause to reflect. He's weighing options. And if I were you, I'd just move along,
Yeah.
Don't act like it. I wouldn't give him the satisfaction of acting like it bothers you or anything. Just keep acting like, just be a friend. Is what I'm hearing.
Mhm.
Because this thing that's happening now is not going to last too long. It's going to be on the boat out of town pretty soon here, so it's going to be temporary.
Mhm.
I feel like so, but that also
Um,
shows that he's still being maybe
uh-huh.
this one, maybe that one, maybe that one. So
Right.
somebody else was saying not. I think it was Allie saying maybe not wanting to be, what was it, tied down or something.
Codependent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
codependent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And Willow says, the guy's weighing his options. Yeah. How long was it before you found a partner, Mark, that you felt that it was going to last? How long did it take you? Okay.
Well, I was in my 20s, and it was always more important for me to be in a relationship than not, because I'm
Okay.
just so traditional that way. And
Yeah. Yeah. And you're a Libra, so that's a
yeah,
partnership.
right.
Yeah.
And he
Hmm.
was too. So,
That's right. Yeah.
so we dated briefly and then moved in together, and then we lived together for 41 years. So, I didn't
Yeah.
kind of turn back after I started like that.
That's
But that's
really cool.
more. I'm not really that. I mean, I love to look at handsome people and all that, but I'm not
Yeah.
always, I'm not that like that.
Yeah. You're not surfing around. I
No,
understand.
I love the look, but
Who doesn't?
Joan, you got something there, honey?
Yeah, before Mark started giving his, I drew a couple cards, and one of them was the moon. So the
Oh,
idea
okay.
that there's something hidden there, and the
Yeah.
other one was influence. So there might,
Ah,
and again, we see the moon in different phases up above
we
there.
do.
So
Yeah.
there's might be the influence of another person there.
Yeah. You're welcome, Rick Swade. It isn't something that you like to hear, I'm sure, but
No,
um, anyway, we wish you luck, and that person is out there for you. We know that.
yeah,
So,
and those phases of the moon make me think that's going to be kind of short lived, maybe that whatever
maybe.
that distraction
yeah,
is.
like within a month. Yeah. Yeah. All right. There we go. Thank you, dear. All right. We got Carrie and then Chris because we're a little bit over. So, my
Okay.
home is flooded by Hurricane Ian. Do you see us getting any monies from FEMA?
I'm so sorry, Carrie
Yeah.
G.
It's awful. And they only give you, nickels on the dollar if they do give you the money. It's really crummy. Wow.
What I'm seeing is yes, but they're going to make you work for it. I'm seeing someone with a paddle, like there's all this tumultuous white water down here, and you've got a paddle, but the paddle barely reaches the water. So you have to work so hard to move forward. So there is flow, there is money that will be coming in, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of hear that same thing that, yeah, you will, but I don't know if it's going to just, it's going to be, it's like a mixed blessing. Like in the end, you'll get some money, but it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt, I think.
Yeah. FEMA is pretty terrible. You're right. Yeah. So I pulled some cards. I have here that, it was destined that this was going to happen to you and it left you dazed and confused. And that, your patience is sort of running out. And inner child healing is happening because when one loses one's home, that's their sacred space. That's
Yeah.
their cocoon. I'm sensing that maybe you're going to find something else that will make you happier anyway, and it was destined to happen. That's a possibility. But I tell you, I just send you lots of love and hope that it happens and you find your way because it's very hard to be um,
Yeah.
Yep.
misplaced or displaced rather. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Wayne. You're so nice.
And I pulled while Allie was talking, which a lot of times this happens. I don't know why. When one of you guys are talking, a card will come out, and
Uh-huh.
this is the happy home, and coming in the future. So I do think you're going to end up being happy in the home again, even though you might have to go through some like injury kind of energy with with the flooding and trying to get this all worked out. In the end, it might be destiny, like what Allie was saying, that it's
Yeah.
going to lead to even more happiness than you were thinking of in the end.
true. Was that Santa Claus?
Yeah, Santa Claus is the emperor.
I'm saying to myself, oh my God, that guy looks like Santa Claus.
I know, and
And
look,
so,
his throne has reindeer heads on it.
oh, okay. So it's a Christmas deck. That's cool, Mark. I love it. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna jump right back in. I also pulled the card context, and I didn't really kind of get it until Allie said, "Well, it could be something,
Yeah.
karmic, that something better will come from it." And then I saw closely here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a dragonfly there, which is
Oh,
transition,
yeah.
transformation.
Transition.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it might be the bad thing happens to
To move you into something
move
better.
you to
Yeah.
something better. Exactly.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, it's like when we're in the middle of a divorce or we lose our job or whatever. When it's when we're in it, we can't see the beauty of it, or that this is gonna. But it eventually takes you to something better. But I surely hope that the money comes through so you can do whatever you need to do. Yeah, absolutely.
All the best.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see this, Mark? She says, "Have you read the story in the Bible about King David and Jonathan? It's a beautiful love story."
Well, that's in the
Not
Old
that
Testament. I know King David, but I don't remember any Jonathan.
that story. Okay.
No.
Anyway, she just wanted you to see that. So
It sounds like I'll try to find it, but
yeah, it's been a teaching day, hasn't it?
Yes.
Between stories and thank you very much for doing that, Warrior Girl. We appreciate that.
Yep.
The last one we have for today, and it's 1:11, 1 hour and 11 minutes here, so that's pretty cool. Chris M., tomorrow you'll have your 16-week checkup. Technician said her professional guess would be a boy.
Is that a girl or a boy?
I don't know. It looks like a boy.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
what you? Yeah.
What's that down around its neck? It looks like
Hands.
Oh, hands.
I think I can't. It's so hard to see.
Well, I'm just gonna ask.
Yeah.
What are their names? Chris is one. Little BB. Do you see the boy?
Mine said yes for a boy.
Okay.
Little boys are so fun.
Yeah, mine
They
do too.
are.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna ask if it's gonna be a girl too. Is it a girl? Do you see a girl? No. So mine said boy too.
Yay!
Ooh-wee.
You have to come back and tell us next week.
I got some great cards. I got magic. I think that once you see that baby in there, on your ultrasound is what I'm guessing, or you're having a checkup.
That is a girl.
Oh, it is a girl. Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a girl. Uh-huh.
Oh. But you guys think it's a boy?
Well,
Yeah,
a
boy.
pendulum, then.
There are some people that women carry a girl differently than a boy. That's what they've said anyway. And a girl is more out there. Yes, I don't know. But magic is coming, which will bring you eternal love in the winter. So, yeah. You think it might, okay. Oh, you do Willow. Willow gets a girl spirit. Okay. All right. Did you do your pendulum though, Joan, and you got a boy?
I got a
Yeah.
boy, and I asked, is it a girl? No. Is it a boy? Yes. So who knows?
All right. Well, we got a 50-50 chance.
And I know as far as carrying forward, my son, it was like he had a lawn chair or like a chaise lounge. It was out so far. So there's exceptions to every rule.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, very true. And I had a boy and a girl, and they were very, very different pregnancies. It just was so interesting. And I wanted a girl first, and I got a girl, and then I wanted a boy, and I got a boy. So yeah. And that was when you didn't do any of these things they do today, So, well, good luck, Chris M. You'll have to come back and tell us what they tell you. But good luck. As long as it's healthy, I think that's really all that we want to send that out, that kind of karma. Wow.
Now, my
thank you.
Exactly what Debbie's daughter was having. I'm going to ask again. Is that a boy? Okay, go pendulum. Boy? Yes, it says boy again. Okay. Now,
Right.
wands holding his mighty staff. So I don't know.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, anyway, thank you so much. And thank you, Joan. Thank you, Mark. I had a lot of fun, learned
Yep.
a lot of things. And
Yeah.
thank you, everybody in the chat, for all your kindness and back and forth and everything. Thank you so much. Good luck to you all. Let us know how things go. Bye bye.
Guys and gals,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.